Welcome to the Socially Conscious St. Louis podcast. I'm King David. I'm in here with my co-host Rebecca Quarles, aka Lady Q 1502. We're back to discuss some things that have been going on. Um, so we're just gonna get right into it. Jeezy and Gucci have smashed a 20-year feud on this last versus battle.
I didn't see the battle and I don't know what they were feuding about. Like I didn't even know they had a feud.
Okay, well, back, like I say, about 20 years ago, they had some sort of beef to where Jeezy put like 20,000 on Gucci's chain. And it was one of Jeezy's homeboys who ran up on Gucci. Gucci shot dude named Pookie Loke. Gucci shot Pookie Loke in self-defense, and they have been beefing ever since. So they
Wow. And it's interesting. Somebody else was saying about when it was because, and I just saw this like yesterday. Somebody said it was because he did the song Icy. And Gucci was on that song. Jeezy was on that song, and Jeezy wanted to put the song on his album, and Gucci got mad. Gucci got mad because of that, and Jeezy felt like it was basically his song, and that's what they were saying. That's how the feud started. So it's interesting to hear both sides, I guess.
That could be, but I mean, honestly, nobody remembers So Icy for Jeezy. I'll just be honest with you.
Mm.
At least not the niggas that I know. People think of So Icy as like a Gucci Mane song, not like a
True.
collaboration or it's a Jeezy song. It's more of a Gucci Mane song.
Yeah.
But anyway, so they came together. They had a sort of little heated little versus battle. Gucci Mane was throwing all shots. He wasn't even playing hits. He was playing all his diss tracks.
Mm.
I mean, they basically put a bounty on your head with your chain, but your chain is wrapped around your neck. So, I mean,
True.
anything can go sideways with that. Like just get
True.
tripped on the accidental side of the game,
That's true.
it's your chain. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, they had this little versus battle.
Uh-huh.
Easy had to stop and be like, "Hey, man, we doing this for the culture. Give us a little, give us a little, black empowerment come together. We shall overcome speech," which I give him credit for.
Yeah.
That's what the
Because
nigga
it's been
Gucci
20
needed to
years. That's a
hear.
long time to have a beef.
Yeah. But you know what? The thing that bothers me about the whole situation is not even, you know, the Gucci and Jeezy. It's not even about that. It's the other niggas on the outside of the situation, egging that shit.
Oh,
Freddie Gibbs and I think like Troy Ave. Troy Ave was the nigga who didn't he get shot up in New York, his hometown, New York, something, or he got gut busted on a gun charge or something. But anyway, I think the nigga got shot. I think he was into some shit, and Troy Ave got shot at a show in New York. Freddie Gibbs used to be signed to Jeezy, never did really go nowhere. You know, if you look at Gucci's influence versus Jeezy's influence, Jeezy cool, but Gucci literally changed the whole face of Atlanta at least 2 to 3 times over. So, anyways, uh,
yeah.
I'm tired of all these sidelining uh motherfuckers be like, "Hey man, hey, look, dog, look, if a nigga put a hit on my life, man, I wouldn't let that shit go, nigga. I wouldn't be doing no versus battle, nigga. Man, that's on the streets, nigga. That's on the streets." Bruh, don't neither one of these niggas live in the streets no more. These niggas ain't lived in the streets for quite some time. That's been 20 years ago, regardless of what happened 20 years ago. Like,
And they both too old for
see,
that, man. These people got kids.
we done seen Jeezy grow up, mature, get more
Yeah.
minded. We done seen Gucci grow up, get immature, because that nigga was hot,
Yeah.
you know, doing lean. He was popping pills, doing what Gucci do. Anybody that listen to Gucci, Gucci do. You know, he pushed the bitch out of a moving car. You know, he got locked up for like a year. Met his beautiful bride to be, lost weight, kicked drugs, and he's still that nigga. So
I think
it's been
was in jail a little bit longer than that, but like his wife, yeah, you're right. He did go immature, and he did an interview and said, he felt like prison and his wife, now wife, saved his life because he thinks like if he would have never went to jail that he still would have been where he is. And his wife held it down, flipped his money. He went in with some money. He came out with more money than what he had when he went in.
mm-hmm.
So yeah, she helped him get his stuff together. She helped him lose weight, helped him rebrand, keep his image, well, rebrand it a little bit, tweak it a little bit. Yeah, that's what's up. That's what it's supposed to be.
Right, but you know it's the sideline hating. Rich
You're right.
call it sideline hating. Like, come on, G.
You're right.
At some point, you got to grow past that. Be like, look, bro, what happened is what happened. I'm sorry about that. As grown men, I'm sorry about what happened. Can we put that aside? That don't necessarily mean that we gonna be friends and we gonna be buddy and take warm showers in the wee hours of the morning. That don't mean that, but that means that
We can lay
oh,
that beef down
right,
and just keep it respectful, keep it cordial.
we can lay it down. And this is one of the most infamous beefs. This shit is more infamous than Jay Z and Nas. Like this was some real street shit.
What?
This was some real street
You
shit.
know you
These
finna
two
have some
niggas.
controversy with that. You know, you know people gonna be like, what? More controversial than Jay-Z, and how dare you?
Jay Z and Nas, that was on wax. These niggas was like getting at each other. When niggas start putting money,
Yeah, it's true.
Nas, I don't remember Jay Z be like, hey, here go 20,000 on Nas chain.
But you know what? A lot of people say that Jay-Z and Nas both got goons. Like they goon squad is heavy. So they probably, I mean, we don't know. All you could do is really speculate if they was on some goon type stuff. But yeah, man, you finna have some controversy with that dude.
That's okay. Everybody know what it is. But
Hmm.
they did a little versus battle. They squashed all. I mean, they smashed all the records.
Yep.
You know, I commend them. I salute them brothers for squashing that beef.
I think it was a good thing.
You know what I'm saying? They clothes was so icy, which was cool. Niggas was mad because niggas was like, man, Jeezy, I mean, Gucci didn't even play his hits. He ain't play this. He ain't play that. Gucci was playing all diss tracks because the nigga was still mad. And Jeezy had to be like, look, bro, let's put that down. We here for the culture. Whoopie whoop, even though Jeezy. I got my thoughts about him being supposedly from the culture with this Recession 2 album he got going on, which was garbage, by the way. I mean, my personal opinion. That Recession 2 was garbage. Oh, that's a side note. T.I.'s was better. 20 years in the game, T.I. is one of the hottest artists still. Uh, his album,
Yeah.
there you go. But yeah, Jeezy Gucci smashed that shit. I'm proud of these niggas. Real talk. Now, we can get the rest of these niggas to smash their beefs. Because there's too many niggas out here getting killed or getting shot. Boosie got shot. A couple other niggas got killed in the Houston area. Like, damn, can we just chill out for a second? Can we just chill out on the crime, the black on black crime, the jealousy, the hate, the envy? As many resources as you got at your fingertips, like why you gotta be jealous of the next man? If you ain't got it, then maybe that's not for you. I think it was a quote by Nipsey Hussle said something like, if I lost something that I had, then it wasn't meant for me, and I don't want something that's meant for somebody else. Something like that. Let
Hmm.
that go. Let it go. So, have you heard about Serena Williams and her husband?
Mm-mm.
Okay, well, Well, there's been a long-standing rumor, and even our good brother Dave Chappelle joked about it on Chappelle's show about white people not using, wait for it, washcloths.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. And her husband, Oceana, whatever the hell his name is. You know what his name is, Ohana something. Ohani, I don't know the nigga name. Dude who worked for Breitbart. He either work part owner or something like that. But him, he made a Twitter post basically saying about how his wife taught him about washcloths. I haven't heard anything Serena Williams said anything about after that.
I don't really think she said anything, but again, another one of Dave Chappelle's skits have came true because white people, seriously, I can speak from experience. I
Ugh.
over white people house, and I would notice
Ugh.
ain't no washcloths and no disrespect to my white brothers and sisters. I can't say all white people
Ugh.
don't use washcloths,
I don't understand it.
but a whole lot of them don't use it. They got one bar of soap, and that soap
Ooh.
there's shit
I'm
in
about
there.
to throw up.
You be like, yeah, y'all got some Dawn. I ain't trying to wash my hands with this. You got some Dawn, some this
Ugh.
soap. Oh, there should be soap in the bathroom. Oh no, I'm good on that one. I'm good. No, it's funny, man.
Ugh. That
It's
shit trite.
hilariously nasty.
Like straight up.
So you have to teach this grown man how to be civilized because you
Mm.
can't just. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, Rebecca. I could be wrong, but you can't just go in and slather some detergent on your body and rinse it off like that's
Rinse it
gonna
off. Be
get
like,
it.
I'm clean. We're
Now,
done.
now, to me, I would assume that this little piece of cloth, you take that and a rag, much like you would do your car. You just don't spray the foam and shit on your car and then rinse it off and be like, "Oh, my car's clean." Like, you ain't clean the tires. You didn't rub it down. Like, nigga, you didn't rub your body down. You just are the epitome of those stereotypical white Dove body axe commercials when you don't never see a rag, niggas just out there with their little body wash, washing their body and shit. Ain't no rag in sight. How can you call yourself clean if you just basically rinsing yourself off? So all you doing is using the smell good from the detergent that you using to
Mm.
cover your funk.
You might as well go outside, let somebody spray you with a water hose, dry yourself off, spray on some type of perfume or cologne, those clothes, keep it going.
Hmm.
That's disgusting.
So does that
Disgusting.
mean that Terry Crews's family does not use washcloths?
What you talking about?
Well, his kids are part white, and he wants to know why his kids can't be white. So, uh, if if
Shut up.
if his kids can be transracial on the white side of the game, does that mean that they don't use washcloths? You want to be white? That's white.
Terry Crews. Terry.
Terry, why can't my kids call themselves white? Their grandfather's white. My kids can
Ugh.
be transracial.
Terry. Just
Working hard for them
when
butter
the
biscuits, ain't you, boy?
man he hamboning his ass off, bro. Like, listen, like it ain't that deep. It's just like, you get to a space where you don't hear nothing from Terry Crews, and just when you think that he figured out how to not say dumb shit, he go by and say some other dumb shit. Where's your wife to tell you to stop talking about this dumb shit?
I mean, the same woman who stood behind her man as he allowed somebody to sexually assault him.
Ugh.
Cause she come from the hood. She ain't got no talent. What she famous for? Nothing.
Mm.
She might be an actress. She might be a C-list actress. She might be in a couple of movies. But what do she really do? It's Terry's money. Terry's
She was in some movies.
family got some money.
I'll show you how much I don't know.
I don't think she does anything. I ain't seen her do nothing. You would never know that Dr. Dre's wife was a lawyer if you didn't go look for it.
That's true. I never knew she was a lawyer.
So,
And you would think with her being a lawyer, she would stop doing the dumb shit she doing.
hmm, irrational and emotional, and she can't control herself.
You think that's what it is?
Sure, a lot of women are irrational, they emotional, especially when it's something that they really want or they feel that's something that they can get away with. Like, oh, I can do this and get away with it, but it'd be the most irrational thing. Like, it'd be the dumbest thing. Like, these chicks who was twerking in this man restaurant.
Yeah.
And
I seen the messages you sent me about that today too.
I got one of
He
his.
was he was trying to justify
Or, yeah,
why
people
that
trying
man
to
was going on.
justify it. I could have sworn I had the dude's like Instagram statement or whatever. Oh, here it is. Okay, so the brother's name is Kevin Kelly. He owns apparently this relatively new restaurant down in the Dallas Fort Worth area. The name escapes me right now, Rebecca.
It's true. It's something in true or true in something restaurant.
Yes, it's like True Cocktails or True Dinner and Cocktails or something.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, this man has a nice.
True Kitchen and Cocktails.
There we go. True Kitchen and
Cocktails with a
Cocktails.
K.
This man has a nice establishment. It is a restaurant. People are eating. This man say my wife and my kids and my mother works in this restaurant. This is a family environment. So this one, well, at least one. I know there was a video of the one, but basically a table of ratchet plantation baby mama.
Three tables of three
Oh, it
tables
was
of
three
chicken.
tables.
Yeah, so he did a statement on his Instagram and Facebook, and basically it broke it all down. He said 10 minutes prior to the video of him cussing, he said it was three tables of women. They do play different types of music. There was dancing and twerking, this and that. He politely asked them to not do that, blah, blah, blah. Everybody obliged, said, okay, no problem. And then except the one girl, the one song come on, and she stands on top of the booth seat with her hands on the glass, and she started twerking. And that's when you saw the video of him cussing.
Mm-hmm. So basically, to reiterate what Rebecca just said, his name is Kevin Kelly.
Yep.
He replies, "Thanks for the post. I appreciate your comments and will share a bit more. There were three tables that I had spoken to about twerking. They were approached very politely less than 10 minutes before. Despite this, the last young woman decided to stand in our booth seats, place her hands against the glass windows, and start twerking on the glass. Enough was enough for not only that lady, but for the three tables of women who were the only ones in our restaurant to act this way. As for the music we created, true, for it to be a place music could be enjoyed while we sit and eat. No song played is an excuse to stand on our furniture and do what this lady did. There are places for this, and True is not one. As for my delivery, I can assure you that I was a gentleman earlier, but my nice words weren't respected. True will be for some and not all, and this is okay. So after the brother got finished cussing, he like, hey, if you don't like it, you can get the fuck out. I don't need your money. Rebecca, what are your thoughts on the twerking hoes? Lizzo, what do you think about the Lizzo linebacker Harambe built bitches that was twerking up against the glass?
You ignorant
The
boy.
Pearl from SpongeBob bitches that was okay. I'm gonna stop.
You ignorant. I meant to tell you about a conversation I had with somebody about Lizzo too. I'm going to tell you about that later.
Lizzo fat ass gonna get up there looking like in that big ass diaper thong she had on twerking at the damn Lakers game. I'm glad they banned her ass. Bitch, don't do that shit there.
They banned her.
Yeah, they banned her.
I didn't know they banned her, but
You ain't always noticed that it's no disrespect to the big girls. There's a whole lot of big girls out there that got a whole lot of class. Sexy, I know some sexy, classy big girls. Them sister big bones that Anthony Hamilton was talking about. But have you always the linebacker built bitches is the ones that's always doing that bullshit, trying to get some attention in public in the wrong places? Don't nobody say you can't twerk. You just can't twerk in a restaurant. Go twerk at Applebee's, Rebecca.
Well, in my opinion, when it comes to Lizzo, first of all, had a conversation with somebody who didn't necessarily agree. They said that it was nothing wrong with her. Sorry, it was nothing wrong with her twerking at the place and all this and that. And I disagreed. I'm like, as a big girl, that's just not something I feel like you should be doing. People bring their kids there. First of all, you there assed out. So you came there to twerk. Then you assed out and you sitting on these seats. It's trifling. Like at some point, there's a difference between body positivity and seeking attention. And at this point, bitch, you attention seeking. Like no longer is anybody talking about you because of how talented you are. As far as singing and playing instruments, niggas just like, oh, here go Lizzo, twerk, another fat bitch twerking. Like, I mean, for real, that's just how some people think of it. I could be wrong. But anyway, back to these chicks at the restaurant. The whole situation with the restaurant, to me, I thought it was, first of all, I don't want to be in a restaurant with no bitch shaking her ass cheeks to the wind. I don't know what you have. I don't know what you do, or you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what you do or don't have. Like, I wouldn't feel comfortable with some bitch shaking her ass while I'm trying to eat. That's fucking disgusting. You don't go sit your dumb ass, like, girl, if you sit your goof ass down somewhere, you sit up here shaking your ass, got ass crumbs all over the fucking place, bitch. I mean, like, and how little do you think, and on a serious note, like, how little do you think of yourself to be twerking in a restaurant? Like, how much attention are you looking for? How much attention are you lacking to where you got to be in the middle of a restaurant? Like, somebody just got through talking to y'all 10 minutes ago. Hey, can you please not do that? And they being nice to you. And bitch, you just like, fuck you, nigga, I'm gonna do what I want. In this man establishment, it's almost like if somebody come in, you come in somebody's house and they say, hey, I don't want no smoking in my house. And you be like, all right. And then 10 minutes later, you sit in the fucking living room lighting up a cigarette. Or somebody coming, or like, I feel like whether it's a house or a place of business, if the owner is there, you have to respect the rule of the house or business. So if I'm telling you and you come in my house and I say, hey, there's no cussing in my house, you can either choose to come in or you can choose to stay out. But just know when you come in, you can't cuss in my house. I'm not saying it's rude, but I'm just saying for example purposes, like, and then you come in and you motherfucker this, motherfucker that, bitch, fuck ass nigga, that you hoe ass bitch ass nigga, like you singing a cuss word like bitch ass nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like you literally come in the house just cussing, putting remixes, you know what I mean? Like, and it's my thing is this: if I ask you to leave, you shouldn't have an attitude because I told you what not to do. You would think that common sense would have kicked in with this dumb chick when she works to the restaurant. You shouldn't be at restaurants fucking twerking. Bitch, you want to twerk, take your ass home, go in your fucking car, go to the club. But this is not the establishment for you to be twerking. It's trifling. It ain't even that it's low class. It's not even just the fact that it's class less. It's the fact that it's trifling.
I
It's
seen a
trifling.
meme. I seen a meme that said something. It was like one of the little SpongeBob fish, like one of the little SpongeBob characters. And
Mm-hmm.
when you in a restaurant and some twerk went and hit your food.
Shut up. Shut up.
I didn't get it. I didn't get it at first, but I hadn't seen the I hadn't seen the
Boy, I hate you.
incident today. So now I understand it. I was like, oh, that's hilarious. Um,
Boy, I hate you. You stupid.
Here's the thing, Rebecca. I'll be perfectly honest with you. Um, your girl can't get no attention. Like she just not very popular. She ain't never been very popular. She another Lizzo. You're not very popular with the guys, partially because you're overweight, partially because you just don't have a nice body. So you choose to do things in a certain environment where you know that pretty hoes ain't gonna be doing the same things as you are. Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
So you know if you go to a club, especially a nice club where there's beautiful looking uh pretty hoes in the club,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you look like Princess Fiona from Shrek, you know,
Boy, you
you're
stupid.
not gonna be able to compete with them other women. Just be perfectly honest. Like ain't nobody gonna be hitting you up, and if they do, uh hit you up looking like Denisha Bear Bryant from Chappelle Show, you gonna be the last person they gonna try to lead a club with. That's after everybody else done turn them down. Here you come. So
Mm-hmm.
I applaud the brother from doing what he doing. I don't blame him for snapping at all. It's amazing how many women, well, I should say females, because this black chick was like, you shouldn't say women, you say females. Women don't do that. So I guess we're gonna say females. It's a trip how many females are co-signing this bullshit,
Yeah.
right? So this is just a small interaction with what I had just conversing over the book. And this one girl says, as a business owner, he sets the tone. If you don't want twerking, then don't play that type of music. It's that simple. Rebecca, what do you say?
You said, hold up. What was part of that?
As a business owner, he sets the tone. If you don't want twerking, then don't play that type of music. It's that simple.
I don't agree. I think it's dumb. I think that it shouldn't matter what type of damn music you play. You could be playing what's that city girl song? I wanna I wanna slim fine girl to good twerk with her. Twerk, 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 twerk. Good. Like, listen, I don't care if you playing that. I don't care if you playing that Chris Brown with G Easy and I think it might have been somebody else. Can't think. Right, Nicki Minaj. That show me that shit. Show me love. Show me love. Show me that. Like it don't matter what you play. Hush, boy. It don't matter what you play. My thing is you should have enough common sense. I don't care if you playing WAP. I don't care if you playing that new Megan Thee Stallion song. That body yada 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 stupid ass song. I don't care if
Huh?
you playing that song. It shouldn't matter. You should have enough common sense to know that you shouldn't be twerking in a restaurant. Your level of common sense and understanding should override your need to shake your ass cheeks to the wind. It's not that deep. That's what I think.
All right. Well, I responded by saying the music has nothing to do with the actions of a few thoughts. Control yourself. She replies, I disagree. The music has everything to do with it. So I asked her, I said, so you blame music for your lack of self control? That's what children do. Then this other gal, pretty too, both of them real pretty, cute, nice looking black women. But just because you're nice looking, that don't mean you're toxic. So this other girl comments on here. She says, unfortunately, the music does set the tone. They were dead wrong for their actions, but if you play twerk music with a DJ, people are confused. You will have those that push the limits. Is this a restaurant or a club? Ask them to leave if they can't respect your establishment. So I kindly responded,
Mm.
you're making excuses for thought behavior. Stop trying to save your sisters from themselves. Just because you play a nice song doesn't mean you have to get your dumb ass up and twerk. Furthermore, it's a damn restaurant, not a club. Therefore, you should know how to conduct yourself accordingly. Nigga, I felt like Huey Freeman when I was writing that shit to her. I felt like Huey
Mm.
Freeman. And have some damn self-respect. Damn.
Exactly.
You can't blame the music, and that's that same shit that the white folk tried to do when hip hop and shit first came out. Oh, that hip hop music, it's violent, it's causing the kids to do this and that and whoop whoop. No, nigga, that's not the case. That's not the case at all. You know, that's not gonna hold up in the court of law. If that's the case, then shit, we should outlaw death metal. Death metal way worse than hip hop. All that demonic shit that these motherfuckers be listening to, all that Slipknot and hardcore, man, white people, black gothic vampire shit, that shit's way worse than hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a white thing, that's not a black thing. So we're gonna try to spin the narrative like, oh, hip hop music causes kids to do this. It's not music, that's what the fuck kids want to do.
Well, you know that's what they trying to say. It's hip hop fault.
If you can't control your actions, then you don't have no business being a functional member of society. And ain't nobody saying that you can't twerk in the restaurant per se. We just saying if your little song comes on, get your groove on in that little square in the booth. Like, don't get up and start shaking your ass. You know, you can dance a little bit in the booth. You know, you can kind of little bob your little shoulders. You know, you can move when your shit come on. Cause I mean, the nigga got a DJ, so of course he wants his atmosphere to be a certain way. People like, well, why he hire a DJ and he ain't want people twerking, nigga? Because the DJ controls the atmosphere of the restaurant. Maybe during the day, homeboy wants a lighter atmosphere. Maybe during the evening, he wants a more adult atmosphere. The DJ control the crowd. They the one that play the music. So that man want a DJ in his restaurant. Let that man have a DJ. Shit, it's better than doing like one of them radio stations that play the same 50 songs over and over again. Or you got a
That's true.
no, you got a DJ. He playing fresh music every time you come to the restaurant. You almost guaranteed to hear something different. I blame the
It's almost
middleman.
like they just trying to find reasons to blame the owner instead of letting the responsibility lay with these chicks who was in this man establishment twerking.
Hmm. But to be perfectly honest with you, Rebecca, these are the same people who are calling Vice President elect Kamala Harris a black woman.
Ooh, you better not say that.
Now, I have been wanting to get to this for a while now. Just things happened, and everybody that I had intended to get on this topic kind of fell through for one reason or another. So we're going to discuss it here. I want to ask the question here today on the Socially Conscious St. Louis podcast. Is Kamala Harris black?
The question is she? That I don't know. I don't know her ethnicity. I heard them saying like she was Korean, but I don't know what her true ethnicity is. You know what
Well,
I mean? Like, I ain't trying to be an
Kamala,
asshole about it.
technically, she is East Indian, well, Southeast Indian, and her father is Jamaican, which Jamaican is a nationality. It's not a culture.
Mm-hmm.
Not exactly sure where her father come from, but we know that her family, her dad's side of the family owned slaves. So they got some white mulattoes all up in that mix somewhere. So not exactly sure where the dad's from, but he definitely from that coon culture, that mulatto
Mm.
slave owning culture. And then her mom's side is the Brahmin Southeast Indian, light skinned Indian, not the dark niggas. Nope, we don't like the dark niggas. Only you white Indians, you light skinned Indians, we fucks with y'all. So those are her two cultures.
I know
So
you did not just call it a coon. I said her daddy. You said her dad's from that coon culture.
yeah, a lot of the half caste, a lot of the half caste children were used as the buffer class in order to oppress black people.
Mm.
And a lot of times they be wanting to impress their parent, their father, their mother so bad that they'll do anything to try to gain that acceptance. So, and I grew up in the big house. I ain't like the rest of you niggas. I'm special. I ain't quite white, but I'm not black either. So I'm above you niggas, but I ain't quite white. But if I press you hard enough and long enough, maybe I can gain me some white status. So that's kind of where her daddy is at.
Mm.
That's where his family kind of come from. They own slaves. So is Kamala black? Well, that's kind of a complicated question. Is she black? Some aspects, yes. Other aspects, no. In a historical aspect, yes, she is black. She is African. All is African, and all forever will be African. So, in a historical aspect, she is black. In a current aspect, genealogical wise, she is definitely black. She looked black. She looked like a light skinned sister. She got nappy hair. Although she keep it pressed, she got nappy hair. She ain't got that thin white people hair that probably some of her Indian relatives got. So, as far as
Mm.
genes wise, she is a nice looking black woman. Genetically wise. Now, being black is more than just you having a genetic marker that identifies you as being close to the African descent, which she has, but you don't have the attitude that reflects being black in any sense of the word. She doesn't consider herself to be a black woman.
Mm-hmm.
She considers herself to be Indian. She's Indian, the first Indian American senator, the first Indian American vice president. I am Southeast Indian. She gets on TV. Oh, I love when I grew up with my mother in India. All these Indian dishes. She don't say shit about her father's side of the family. Hell, for the longest when Campbell first started running, we didn't even know she had a father.
I
She
didn't know she had one. Tell you the truth.
she tried to keep him hidden. Oh no, nothing to see here. I'm just Indian. So culture wise, how she sees herself, she does not see herself as a black woman. Yeah, she went to a HBCU. Yeah, she got to press her hair because I think her father's. I seen an old picture of her like back in like the early 90s. Kamala was fine, boy. I ain't gonna lie, she was fine back then. Was fine, how yellow with her dark skinned grandmother. Grandma was dark skinned. Like you could definitely tell you got black roots close in your, close to you in your family tree, but culturally you don't identify even partially black. You're not like Naomi Osaka who gonna say, well, hey, my mother's Japanese, my father's Haitian. So I'm a sock passe just as much as I'm gonna watch anime, nigga. I'm just using that as an example, of two different
Mm.
cultures. Naomi Osaka, they be like, oh, how does it feel to be the first Japanese American woman to win the Wimbledon Open? She's like, I'm half Japanese and half black Haitian. Let's get that straight. The white reporters be real quick to label you as some. How does it feel to be Japanese? Bitch, I'm Haitian and Japanese. You better get that shit straight. Black Power. She came up there with them Breonna Taylor mask and George Floyd at the little tennis open. That's a sister I can say I'm proud of. Naomi Osaka,
Mm-hmm.
sister who identifies as being black. She like, I'm black. I'm black and Japanese. Haitian and Japanese. She playing her father's influence, and it shows like just the fact that you are willing to wear these masks in front of all these white people. You ain't saying nothing. You letting your mask say Breonna Taylor, Michael Brown,
Mm-hmm.
George Floyd. You letting your mask do all the work, and you beat their ass in the damn tennis tournaments. So shout out to Naomi Osaka. That's somebody who you can rock with. She down for the cause. When people say foundational black Americans, we just talking about a lineage that goes back to the killing fields of America. We not discounting anybody else. If you're gonna get on board with this action of tearing down the system and rebuilding a new one, then we can get with you. If you're gonna be on that cool talk, then we can't ride with you. So Kamala Harris, I can't ride with Kamala Harris. I know she got a lot of people fooled because she went to HBCU and she kind of, well, she really can't dance, but she kind of does a little Negro shuffle, and you know
Nigga said Negro shuffle.
she got the nigga hair and she got them black woman expressions. Everything about Kamala Harris screams that she's a black woman. She does not identify as a black woman. So, I mean, that's my take. I think she's
I
that.
agree.
She ain't nothing but another Barack Obama.
Mm. You
Barack
think so?
Obama 2.0.
I think she gonna be doing a lot of smooth talking the whole time she in office. You know what
Obama's
I
still
mean? Just
trying that.
like, huh?
I say Obama's still trying to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Charlemagne, he was on the Breakfast Club or something. And Charlemagne asked him like, "Yo, so why didn't you, do more for black people to help them out?" Oh well, and we did this and whoop de whoop and this and we all came together and I had prison reform and I did this and oh, that nigga was stuttering and coming up with all type of excuses and shit.
Ain't had that teleprompter no more, nigga. Shit, he had to figure it out.
Mm. So still to this day, when all black people, because there's a whole lot of black people getting on code. So one thing I can say in the wake of the Trump Biden election, I was kind of hoping that Trump was going to win because he's an open enemy. He's an open, honest enemy. He's not like Joe Biden. He's not like Kamala Harris. He'll tell you flat out that he don't like you. But you cannot stop what has already been in motion, and a lot of people is not going for that bullshit anymore. It's really the older people, really the older people still holding on to that. Oh, you gotta vote. That shit Obama still trying to push. Well, you gotta vote, and you gotta get more people on your side so you can vote. And then once you get more people, you can vote the way you want to. Asians don't vote. Jews don't vote like that in big blocks. The LGBT is only a small fraction of the society. As a whole, in totality, the LGBTQ plus negative plus minus division community
Shut up.
It's only a
Yeah.
small number of them, but they got gay marriage and legislation, and the Mexicans ain't even legal. They not even legal American citizens, but they get shit. But black people got to vote. Okay, all right. I'm just gonna stand back and stand by.
Mm-mm. You know, you ignorant for that.
I don't know what to talk about, man.
Also, LGBTQ plus minus. Dude, you stupid.
So, what do you think? Do you think she's black?
It just depends on what her. I would say maybe ethnically speaking, but culturally, no, no. I felt like she did enough. She was brown enough to get the vote to win, and she was light enough for white people to be satisfied. That's what I think.
Hmm. Do you think she is hurtful or harmful to the black community?
I think she's hurtful if she continues to do what she did, um, as far as like helping mass incarceration and all of that. But I can't say as far as a vice president. I don't know because I don't know what she's done or what she's going to do. But
Fair, fair.
if she continues to do what she did, then yeah, that's definitely gonna be hurtful to the black community for sure.
That's fair. So, on the same politics line side of the game, our fair mayor, Lyda Crewson, has announced her retirement from public office.
Hmm. Is that for Missouri?
She says she is retiring from public office, period. How
Did
long
she
that
say
lasts,
why?
I don't know. I forget why. Let me see if I can find the. Because I posted it on my main page, which is now in Facebook jail on some BS. Because I posted the meme that I had posted before of Hitler and King Leopold III. And basically, King Leopold III killed like 14 million Africans, and Hitler killed like 10 million uh, Jews. And it's
Mm,
like, why don't we talk about the Africans, but we only talk about the Jews? Facebook was like, it goes against our standards. I was like, what? Really? And so I posted it in the story. Then they flagged me again, like, oh, that goes against our standards. You're in jail. But then fucking 20 minutes later decided that it was not against community standards. I'm still in Facebook jail.
mm-mm.
So, according to STL Radio, I'm sorry, news.stl, publicradio.org, the first female mayor in St. Louis history will not seek a second term in office. The past weekend, I had a birthday, Mayor Crewson said at a press conference announcing her decision Wednesday. Birthdays are good, and of course, they make you think a lot about the future. After a lot of thinking and a lot of discussion with my family, I have decided to retire in April and will and not file to run re-election this coming Monday. Crewson, 68, called her term as mayor the biggest honor of my life. It's the people who made it so great, she said. The people of St. Louis and the thousands of great people who work for our city.
Mm-hmm.
Crewson acknowledged that her nearly 4 years mayor has been challenging. The city has faced multiple reckonings around racism and policing. First in 2017, after the acquittal of Jason Stockley. I remember that little faggot ass motherfucker too. And again after the death of George Floyd in 2020. Homicides have reached near record levels this year, and the coronavirus pandemic punched a large hole in the city's budget. Cruson remains optimistic. Our city still has great momentum, she said. Over 10 billion in development, either recently completed or under construction. The momentum that we had before COVID is not gone. It is providing jobs today and more jobs in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Demands to resign over the summer after she read out the names and addresses of individuals who had written her letters calling for police reforms,
Mm.
for which she later apologized. She says they did not factor into her decision. I have to say that I am glad to have had the opportunity to serve as mayor these past 4 years, including the time of civil unrest and the shortcomings in the criminal justice system. And it just kind of goes into her backstory and history. And we don't need to go into that. So she claims it is because she's getting old and she wants to retire. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. I believe you would have lost that election if you had tried to re-up because nobody likes my lighter cruise. I mean, maybe the McCluskeys, they might be the only ones that like lighter cruising. Her neighbors who live in the Forest Park area. But I mean, honestly, people don't like lighter. I'm glad she's leaving. I'm hoping somebody else gets in there. Somebody who actually gonna do something for the city. Like, yeah, there is renovations going on in the St. Louis area, but that has less to do with the city and more about the income that the city's losing from massive sporting events and seminars and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
I know you are no longer a resident of St. Louis City, Rebecca, but do you have any thoughts?
I don't because I don't know enough about the lady.
Nick, what is you eating? I can smell that food from over here.
Eating ginger cookie,
Jesus cookie.
ginger.
Oh, I thought you said a Jesus cookie. I was going to be like,
Moisture. But nah, man, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know enough about her to formulate a thought process. I really don't. But the little bit that I heard about her, it was never anything good. And that's my thoughts on that.
all right. Well, what do you think about Jennings installing concrete barriers to prevent speeding and drug trafficking?
Okay. Well, I don't know if it's going to do any good, right? Because when they put them up a few weeks back, they had a lady, and I meant to send you that video, who was telling the newscaster, like, listen, y'all got these barricades up, and it's doing nothing for me. Because she said she literally watched a guy try to come down the street. He was mad that the barricade was up. Instead of him turning back around and going out, he drove in her grass and drove around it.
Yep, I was just going to say that too.
And then when it was time for him to go, he drove back the same way and drove back in her yard and went around it and went on about his business. What I heard was that they were tired of the speeding, and like when they were chasing people for like drug charges or whatever, like they got tired of the fact these people go down little street here and there and then burn out. But I just feel like people are going to think of new ways to do stuff. You can install this shit all you want to. Is speeding down here a problem? 100%. Since I've been back here, I've had somebody try to run me out the road, somebody who felt like I was going too slow, even though I was going 70 miles an hour. and they decided to get on the side of me, flash their gun, pointed at me, and be like, "Fuck you, bitch! I'm in a motherfucker's game," just going off. And I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like, don't get me wrong, like I get it, but at the same time, I just don't understand. Like, I just don't think it's something that's beneficial. People still gonna find a way to sell drugs. People still gonna find a way to speed. It's going to happen. Like what y'all doing is not gonna make it stop, in my opinion. So, yeah, that's what I have to say on that.
Fair enough. I'm inclined to agree. Um, yes, people are inclined to do what they're gonna do regardless. Personally, I think this is less about the criminals and more about the St. Louis County City of Jennings Police Department and
Mm-hmm.
Public Works. Because let's be honest, if you stepped up your police work, because anytime you drive past Jennings, they got all type of cars sitting on the lot. Maybe because they don't have enough officers. I don't know. But if you stepped up your police presence, and I hate to see police, don't get me wrong, because y'all niggas be on all bullshit. But if you want to stop the criminals and the speeding, well, that means you need to put more feet on the ground, more boots on the ground, you need
Yeah.
cars in the streets, and you need to start targeting some of them high profile areas. Hell, you
Yeah, I agree.
have to do like they did down here on Queens, down here on Ruskin, shit, on Geraldine, down here, they put speed bumps.
Mm-hmm.
You just come through here speeding, like you could hear them in your house. They'll come through speeding, swerve down Kings Highway, come back up Geraldine, come up Ruskin or whatever. And they put speed bumps up in the road. Do something else. Don't put up the you're gonna put up the concrete barriers. And then the people who live there, like one man, he was saying in the articles, like, I live on a one-way street, and so now I gotta back all the way down my street just to get out. Because I can't get out of my street to go to another street. Or some people like, well, it takes me an extra 5, 10 minutes to get to work. Because now I gotta go this way, this way, this way. And now I gotta take 3, 4 extra streets just to get to where I was going.
It's an
Quit being,
inconvenience.
quit being lazy. Being lazy, pulling people over for bullshit. I got pulled over for some bullshit in Jennings. Nigga said I was speeding. And I'm like, it ain't no way in hell this car gonna speed between Jennings Station Road and West Florissant going westbound, I guess. Yeah, going westbound, going back to the county. And that Boost Mobile, right where that Schnooks used to be at on the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Our public storage is that gas station right there and that little Boost Mobile. I was right at that Boost Mobile. Bloop, 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 bloop. Nigga, you was speed. This car,
Mm-hmm.
I had that Grand Am. This car is not fast. This car not fast. There's no way I was speeding. This car is not fast. There's no way I can get to 40 miles an hour, 50 miles an hour, and just that little bitty strip right there, crossing over the road and going down by Boost Mobile like it. And he wrote me a ticket for a seatbelt too. Did you have your seatbelt on? I said I did. I took it off so I can get my wallet. And so the dude pulled me over and wrote me a ticket for that anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So personally, I just think that Jennings is lazy. I think that they need to come up with some better alternatives, mainly put more boots on the ground.
Mm.
I need to invest in putting some road, some speed bumps or something, or putting police in them high profile areas that you say people are speeding through. Because at this point, you just basically wasting tax dollars and inconveniencing everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
So
I get that. I just think it's a waste of time. And that's my thoughts on it. They trying to say that, but we just trying to stop crime. You can't stop shit. It's gonna be the way it's gonna be. Niggas just gonna find another way to get shit done.
Right.
So,
The
yeah, that was my
inconveniences
thought.
us regular folk gotta suffer because your task force to stop crime is inadequate.
That's true. They too busy trying to stop niggas that's law-abiding citizens. They had the one opportunity where they could breathe hard, and they did. And you trying to fucking pull them over.
Oh yeah, Jennings is bad. Like if you live like it used to be, because okay, anybody like you used to live in St. Louis before they redid Jennings Station Road, you know it used to be a 2-lane street. If they caught you parking on the street side in front of your house, they'll write you a ticket.
Why?
If your car's in your driveway, they ain't got no place on it, they're gonna write you a ticket. If your car ain't got all 4 tires aired up, they're gonna come by and write you a ticket.
Wow.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
they trying to get that money, ain't it?
yeah, this is bad. You writing everybody tickets for this bunk BS stuff. That could be energy that you use to do something else, do something different. Like, I don't know, stop crying. Slow down crying, do something different. You just using this as an excuse. Oh, we tried. See, I think the problem is you're not trying to throw no real money at it. That's what that is. You trying to holiday bonuses and shit so your son can get that G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip. Shout out to Eddie Murphy. Hey, them Christmas bonuses and you don't want to spend that money, you know, and doing what you're supposed to do. Reminds me of this job, this black Negro bed wench named Thor. Little skinny, little twig, tall, little model-less type body, you know, wasn't nothing fancy, nothing like just real tall, skinny. Wore the same lace front wig all the time. But anyways, this white lady named Sue, who was the manager at the other building, was like, "Hey, come here. You want to see something?" Yeah. What's up, Sue? Come here. Look at these books. Look at how many hours that we still have left on the books. There's enough hours to make everybody on days and nights full time. I was like, It's like, you want to know why she does it? So she can get a bonus. And our boss Chuck can get a bonus. So I was like, yeah, you're right about that, Sue. Jenny's trying to save that money, trying to save face. Concrete barriers, it's a cheap, inefficient, you know, it's a slab of concrete with rebar and stuff in there. Like,
that's all.
it's cheap. Cheap,
So
easy, one time. Huh?
What do you think they should do?
Put more boots on the ground. Do your job. How about that? It ain't my job to call 1-800-Crime Stoppers. It's your job. You get paid to stop crime. So instead of writing people BS tickets, you need to get more officers on these streets and hit these hotspot areas. If it's an area where you think somebody gonna run, all you gotta do is put some unmarked cars around and have them post up, much like you would if Spire was doing some work or Amron was doing some work or something. You would have an unmarked police car around there just to make sure that the workers stay safe. But I don't get paid to do that. That's your job. I mean, I don't really think it's that complicated. Personally, I don't. You know, white people. I don't know if it's white people who run Jennings, but in the end, you know, they got to answer to St. Louis County, and that's majority Caucasian. So regardless of what it is, they full of it. I don't like Jennings. I think they can go to hell. But I think a lot of the St. Louis municipalities can go to hell because they all on that BS. Yeah, that's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah, the little municipalities be trying to get over.
They do.
Pull you over for bullshit, charge you for a bunch of bullshit, and then you sit in court for the bullshit and you gotta pay court costs and all the other shit. Like, and I feel like, especially with St. Louis, the little municipalities are so, like, to me, they're back to back. You got Jenny, you got Dalewood, Ferguson, then you got Country Club Hills, then you got Beverly Hills and Pond Lawn. You got all those. Stop whining. Sorry. You got, you know what I mean? Like, they so, to me, and I know I missed some in between the gap, but it's like they're so back to back. It's like you go down one street, another municipality, then another one, then another one. Like, I don't even get why it's necessary, but to throw into that, what do you think about the St. Louis County takeover?
Of what?
But the smaller municipalities.
It ain't changed nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't really changed nothing. That just means that St. Louis County can go wherever they want to go. That's pretty much what that means.
Because I remember when they were talking about bringing the county into the municipalities, and people were so excited. Oh, I'm talking about like, yeah, because these motherfucking small municipalities, they not gonna be able to do what they was doing at first. This county gonna run all this shit. And it's almost like a coon telling me NASA finna come in here and save us from all the problems that these other people.
He is.
You know what I mean? Like,
NASA coming and save all of us.
And I was just sitting there like, oh, so you think that because it's the county police that they just finna come in here and regulate? Like, nothing's gonna change. And if it does change, it'll definitely be for the worse. And people was pissed at me.
Like I say, that's just a reason for St. Louis County to not be restricted to certain areas. You know, now they can go wherever they want to go.
I agree.
Because I think you still have to go to court in Jennings. If you got to get pulled over in Jennings, you still got to go to court in Jennings. You got pulled over in Belnor, you still got to go to court in Belnor.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's just BS. It's just pretty much what it boils down to. That's all it is, just a bunch of BS.
I agree.
Well, welcome to St. Louis.
All right. Welcome back, nigger. Shout out to Dave Chappelle. One of the greatest to ever do it.
Yes, indeed. Fuck for Dave the long way. So, Rebecca, what you got to promote? Nothing? Anything? Yes, no, maybe?
No, I don't have anything to promote. That my birthday is in a month.
Yeah. We be clubbing.
Oh, and Antoine is determined to get me super drunk, as he say.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it, nigga.
So are you planning on getting super drunk? Are you planning on getting super drunk for your birthday?
No, I told him I'm not doing that shit.
Say fuck.
He kept saying, man, you ain't gonna remember nothing. I'm like, yeah, I don't roll like that, bro. Good luck. You gonna be pissed off at me. Because that's never gonna happen. So, and he want me to go to some place called Fuzzy Tacos.
I've heard of that place. The Fuzzy.
He said he heard it was good.
I mean, maybe, I don't know. I ain't never heard anything about it. I've heard of a Fuzzy Tacos. I didn't even know St. Louis had one.
I never even heard of it, to be honest with you. But allegedly he say it's good.
Fair enough.
So what you got to promote, man? What's been going on with you?
Shit, working. Moved into my new little dormitory, so that's cool. Truck broke down, getting that fixed, trying to get it together for the winter so it can pass inspection. Well, it'll
Okay.
pass inspection. I can't pass submission, so I got to get some things done, get it upgraded so it can pass submissions. And after that, I'm starting looking for a second vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
My other one that I had, it went bye bye.
Like whining.
The other vehicle I had went bye bye. I don't have it anymore. So I need to find. I really want a suburban, like a square body suburban, or like maybe a dump truck. Like if I could find a dump truck for my business, that would be cool too.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? I gotta get my truck up and going. Make sure that's good first. Make sure that can pass inspection and all of that good stuff. Well, you know what I mean? That mission. That's all I've been working on, nigga. That's it, man. Glad I work at a parts store. Customers be pissing me off. They bullshit. But that's another story for another day. So I'm gonna go over here and put this last coat of wax on this floor, and then that's gonna be it for me, G.
You down for a day, huh?
Yeah, I'll probably find something to eat, smoke, do what I do.
Good. All right, here you go, Negroes. Trying to smoke.
Okay. Man, grown ass man, dog. I can smoke. That's the devil. Okay, that's cool.
Oh Lord, give me strength.
Mm. But anyways, that's it for the Social Con St. Louis podcast. We'll holler back next time. This computer. And everything seems to be in perfect working order, Rebecca. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with our little video podcast.